Hi everybody, welcome to All Four Queens. I've just done two. Someone's in my phone because it's slowly time delayed and stuff. So this is the tarot part now. I've just talked about some of the things they've been doing to me spiritually. But obviously, hopefully people will watch it. If they don't, then at least it's out there and it's my story. So that's the main thing, and that's the reason why I do it. And obviously that's what God, the ancestors, and everybody else wants me to do. And I'm sure if they want it out there, it will be out there. Whether people want to block it, stop it, whatever they want to do, because they're just going to get karma for that anyway. So, and we don't wish karma on anyone, but I do believe in karmic justice, and I do believe in freedom of speech. So, just saying. So, story's the same. Could be, it is my story. However, it could be somebody else's story as well. Because I think most on the collective, our stories have been the same. We've been put in difficult positions and blocked, stopped, and controlled, and people have tried to harm us in all sorts of ways. So obviously the cards are still saying the same thing. The reason why the cards say the same thing is because the energy is still here. So, and a lot more people are reading the energy as well. And one of the things I want to say on that is whoever decided to own my story, that's on them. Whoever decided to own the story from an ego perspective, that's on them. But my question is, how many other readers who are reading the same story have been attacked in their home, bullied, run out of their home, and are now being treated as some sort of robber? As though somebody owns me. Because the only energy that owns me is God and my ancestors, nobody else. And if someone's paid money for me, you don't own me. And then that's a whole another kettle of fish, isn't it? If people are doing that. But we all know that they do. So look at some of the earlier ones. Anyway, here we go. So it's the Lightseers deck. Probably need a new deck now, but it's the Lightseers deck. So they've spent years doing death, doing the black magic, which is obviously still what they're doing, because my hair's got thinner, as you can see, from when I started this channel. And they paid 6 of Pentacles for all the lies. So we know the smear campaign, they paid the 6 of Pentacles out of the 10 of Pentacles for the lies. And that was a betrayal in the past to keep me off balance. Obviously, like I said before about the karma, they keep you off balance so that you don't, you can't raise your vibration, which is what they're trying to do now, obviously, and controlling me and pushing me in a corner and blah blah blah, whatever else it is. But I've surrendered it, because one person being bullied by a whole international group of people, it's not my fight. And I think you lose the battle once you come for somebody with a whole massive network. Anyway, you've lost the battle. So keep me off balance, and obviously blocking me from working and messing with my money and all that sort of stuff. To me, you've lost the battle already, because by doing all that, you've just created a whole load of karma for yourself and everyone else. And I know how karma works, so I'm not going to retaliate. I'll let God do it, beloved. Do not avenge, for I shall avenge and I shall repay, says the Lord. Vengeance is mine. And I think that's what's happening now. Because you've seen a lot of cars breaking down, so I'm assuming that's the death magic going back. I mean, thankfully, it's only cars, but I don't think the intention for me was cars. Anyway, keep me off balance. Everyone's now fighting the family over the opportunity from the third party. Temperance stepped in because they want to get some balance. Because the Star, who's the King of Cups, now bear in mind it could be man or a woman, and we saw this yesterday, is heartbroken over all the lies, which is here. Get it? Over all the lies, heartbroken over all the lies about mental health, so that they could get an Ace of Pentacles, so that the Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles could get the Ace of Pentacles. With Justice, King of Swords, who blocked me working, Now that could be working in a marriage or working as the Hierophant, and they kept me out in the cold, and that was the message, to keep me out in the cold, which is why all this drama went on, and the cycle closed. Now I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit because I want to explain something to people. But in doing that, the cycle closed. Behind the cycle is the good karma. Now, the good karma sits with me. Anyway, we know. Now, we live a righteous life. We do the right thing, what we can do, and then we hopefully get the blessings for it. But what these people do is they come along and they steal your blessings. Just when you're right at the pinnacle, hence the wheat and the weed, or the parable of the weeds, sorry, just say, just parable of the weeds. Anyway, the good karma was me, but it was sitting behind the cycle. So the cycle closes, and obviously the good karma's behind there. So obviously I was the good karma. So people have walked away. Some have moved to calm waters. Some have, some haven't. Some are still playing, testing God, because I don't see it to me. They're testing God, testing me. I surrendered it. I'm not fighting a load of faceless people. They walked away. There was strength, because now everyone's burdened by the High Priestess, who got a victory with the family Ten of Pentacles. But now the child is stressed because they isolated. I'm going to explain this to you in a minute, but they isolated. Let's see if I can get that one. I always do this, don't I? They isolated the Ten of Pentacles. They isolated me, the Ten of Pentacles, but they also isolated me, and I was the good karma. And I'll explain at the bottom what I mean by that. So there's me. Because I'll explain how it's worked in the past and what they've done wrong this time round. And I will explain what they've done wrong, because I think they know they've done it wrong. Anyway, so I was the Ten of Pentacles, good karma, but they isolated me, so everyone's now stressed, because I was also the Two of Cups option, which is the divine connection. Yeah? Now everyone's in regret for taking the cup, and they're all watching, or we're waiting. Please move forward. I got stuck, but then everyone's moved away from the Lovers. New beginning, because the Ace of Cups was the Emperor's healer. But the Ace of Cups was given to the Page of Cups, Knight of Cups in secret, who was the secret Empress. And they became aware that they all took action against me, which is my home and my stability and everything. Now everyone's stressed because of all the abuse, and they all took a leap with the abuse, the truth about the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands has got people in their head, because the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands, who are obsessed, and that could be my obsessive stalkers, were waiting for their ships to come in, obviously, because that's what the Two of Cups is. They wait for their ships to come in. Everyone ran, but they held on to the Four of Pentacles and celebrated. Now, they could have celebrated a marriage, but they celebrated. But they were being watched. And now the company is called Judgment, because they regret. They're in regret of the greed. Now, it could be they're in regret of the wish fulfillment, but I would actually say they're in regret of the greed because of all the money that was taken. Now, what do I mean about me being the karma and the in the past, people have come for me before, and I've been left in my home. I've been left in my job. They've stripped me from all my networks. I've had to build a new one. And God has obviously blessed me, as He does, with my home, with my car, with my job, with everything. And they've never blocked me from everything. So in the past, I was obviously the karma, the good karma, which people would benefit from with being in my presence or associated to me. I would be the good karma, and there would also be the spiritual protection, which obviously the spiritual realm gives people. But the challenge there is we don't come with a label that says we're spiritual protection. It's a gift from the spiritual realm, because I'm a healer, and I'm sure that people in the collective are healers. It's a gift to families, and then it goes wider to the friends, the colleagues, and everything else. That's how it works. Now, obviously, I was caged, wasn't I, and abused and locked away and treated with just, certain covens and whatever else, and secret societies. But take that aside for the minute, I was still there. I was still their good karma, and I was still their Ten of Pentacles, and I was still their spiritual protection. In the past, that's how it worked. I was in my house. I went to work. My whole stability wasn't blocked. People weren't blocking me from trying to work, and people weren't blocking me from, weren't messing with my money, and they weren't messing with my credit cards, and they weren't making life challenging. They weren't taking my car away from me or any of that. Because why? Because I was burning the karma. So I might have taken on their karma, but I was still burning it by being in the world. And also, because I'm a healer, I was probably absorbing some of their illnesses. This time round, someone went so far that to come for me and try and take me out when I'm the Ten of Pentacles and the good karma and the spiritual protection, and come for my home and come for everything, and my stability and everything, and then treat me as some sort of lab rat. The spiritual realm removed me. And in removing me, and the choices that were then made thereafter with whoever the masculine decided to go with, they didn't come with the good karma, and they didn't come with the Ten of Pentacles, because they were using my energy and being sneaky